Today I'm getting my first and only golf lesson I'll ever have. Have you ever gone to the driving range and just thought, I wonder if I'm doing this right? Well, that's the same thought I've had multiple times. You see, I started golf as a 24 handicap and grinded all the way down to my lowest ever of a 1.8. Now I'm sitting at a 5 and I'm wondering, am I actually doing this right? So we decided to bring out one of the best teachers in the state of Michigan. He was the 2-time state champion in Michigan. He was an 8-foot putt away from qualifying for the Masters, and he recently just won a $50,000 TrackMan tournament by hitting this hole-out birdie from 280 yards away. His name is Nick Carlson, and he's going to be teaching me the perfect way to swing a club for chipping, irons, and driver.
We're like, I feel good about all my yardages here. Like I feel like I have a pretty good clock system from 20 to 90, but I don't know if my kind of like I told you earlier, I don't know if my form is right.
I like that you use a clock system. You have a system that you like, but I would ask what is your general miss and what do you not like when you're in, whether it be in here or if you're out on the golf course or like misses. Do you think it's turf interaction? Do you think it's yardages? Do you what are the things that you start to notice that give you questions about, okay, is my form right?
Yeah, so once I get to a kind of above 55, I feel like I have more of a swing where it's I kind of hinge at what it feels like a quarter of the way back for me, follow all the way through. And then once I get here, it's if I was to do something with that long of a swing, it's gonna go too long.
Let's hit 6 of them. And whether it be 40 or if it goes 20, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I just want you to get a good feel, and then I can watch from here and on the side, and then we can go from there.
Hey guys, if you're looking to get a sweet golf simulator setup like us, use our links and discount codes below.
Funny you want me to teach you because a lot of the things that you do, I already teach.
That's good. So I kind of figured it out.
Yeah. So I like to teach if you had an alignment rod running up the shaft.
Yep.
And you can mirror me and I can mirror you, but I like to teach that rod is on the left side of me the whole entire time, and so I take it back and I do the whole thing where I shake the hand, and then when I go through that rod can't touch me. So if I throw this in here, and you hit so go ahead and grip it. I don't know if you've ever done this, and this is a dog toy training aid.
Yeah.
I use it as a training aid, but if I put that in here, and you clamp that there. And you make that same exact swing.
I want to keep it in there.
And you want to keep that in there the whole time. Okay. It's going to be very awkward at first. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That does feel weird.
So I'm going to show you where to go. Okay. So go ahead and take it back.
That's where I usually am.
So I like to see getting it working that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just fractionally, but I can
there?
get Yep, nice. See how this forearm here is going to kind of roll over just to tickle. I know people say oh, you can't roll your forearms, and it's but we can't do this either, right? We can't.
There.
Yeah.
So I usually keep my try to keep that face super closed. I feel the whole time.
And anything under 100 yards, we kind of want to go open to open.
Okay.
If you watch all the best wedge players, they're going to open the crap out of the face, and they're going to shove it down, and that's going to create spin, and they can manipulate it with their hands and get really technical. And you have a lot of good things going, so we can kind of present it that way.
Now, as you guys know, I am always on my feet, but one of the hardest things for me is my golf shoes kill my knees. When I'm not playing golf, I had to find a shoe that would give me total relief. So after doing a ton of research, I found these G-Defy shoes, and they have been a total game changer. Whether I'm going for a walk, run, or just hanging around the house, basically anytime I don't need spiked shoes for the golf course, I am using my G-Defy shoes. One of the coolest things is they send you an orthotic that comes with the shoe, and I have never had a shoe that is as comfortable while at the same time allowing me to push myself athletically like the G-Defy shoe. My legs are completely pain-free now because of these new shoes from G-Defy, and if you guys want to get these $30 off, use code BUSTERS30 and the link below to get these awesome G-Defy shoes.
So it's going to feel probably a little bit more dry at first, especially. It's going to feel like you're almost hooking the ball, but that's...
I'm purposely trying to do that, you're saying?
Yeah, because your body will kind of if my hand is the face, right, and if I take it back and I open it, my body and my brain are naturally, you're good at golf and you do it a lot. Like you're naturally just gonna go, whoop, I'm gonna go there instead of it being here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think about doing it. Just let the club do it.
Okay.
If you think about the nature of the brain, what's the first thing you want to do when you're worried about something is get close to it.
Right.
If I'm worried about chunking this ball or thinning this ball, my natural instinct is I just want to get close to it because I think I can control it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be your natural tendency is that when closer to the club, the more I can go down at it, the more I feel comfortable. It's the same with that. Like I would say a wide variety of players. My favorite thing is to hit a low stinger off the tee.
Yeah.
Like it's just comfortable.
Yeah.
And if I get wind or worried or whatever it might be, like I'm gonna throw it in the back of my stance, whatever, wedge shot, 7-iron, driver, and I'm gonna try to hit as low as possible.
Yeah.
So I think that's your humanly instinct. So don't take it, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But if we can try to work out what we're doing, then we know, and that's how we get better.
Okay.
Good.
So I don't want to hinge at all on the backswing, do I?
So I personally see and do is that the hinge, per se, it doesn't really happen until we get over 50 yards. Then I can start lifting my right hand.
Yeah.
For you, your left hand.
Okay.
And start working the club up. Super, super wide. Needs a little bit more gas.
Yeah, because usually I have that hinge, I feel like that will...
Okay, hinge it once, but later. Does that make sense?
Later in the swing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Good. So it's good that you did that because I don't want you to think that I don't want you to hinge it.
Okay.
I want you to hinge it in a proper place.
Right.
What I saw was you just go like this.
Which is what I used to do. I feel I used to be like here, I would hinge right away.
So to give you a little bit more, like when I keep saying width is like the distance the club head and my hands are from my body. So if I get like this and now I'm super close.
Yeah.
Right. So that's narrow. And I don't want that because when narrow happens, then I get narrow on the way down. Now we have that super steep attack angle.
Feels weird to hinge with the ball a little bit.
Oh, for sure. I bet. Nice. Nice.
Feels good.
It's all right.
I'm happy with that because I don't.
For sure.
The distance is a little different because it's a different swing, but
I think a lot of your weight transfer, the way you already move the club, like everything's like right in line with what I like to see. It's just tweaking those little things, and then in whatever it might be, 2 months, 3 months, 3 weeks, I don't know. You're gonna be like, okay, well now I've got this really good.
I feel really good about my path, my club face, but I just know when I look at videos, I know that this is just, it's just looking right at the camera. So I know, and if you look at like pros, right, it's like almost on an angle. So is that?
So you're just super closed.
I'm super close, which I feel like my result is fine, but I don't know if all the pros have it pretty much on that angle. So it's like, is it bad that I have it super closed? Or
I would say full swing. Let's just I don't have a preference. What I care about is on the way down, what the club is doing from here to the ball.
Okay.
Like, I do care what it does on the way back.
Right.
But like, if it's closed and you're in some structurally good positions and it's just slightly closed, but then it gets really, and it's good here and we have good rotation, then you don't need to mess with it too much. But again, like 5 to 6 shots and I can kind of see where we're at and then we can go from there. Oh, you have plenty of speed.
When I was hitting well a couple months ago, I felt like I was doing this. Like it felt like I was finishing here, and I was like, I feel like and I don't know if that's kind of the feel I want to have.
If I'm going to go through the ball and do a curl, I'm not going to do a curl like this. I'm going to do a curl like this.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're going to go through the ball, you're going to just go through, you're going to square the impact, you're going to curl it, and then you're going to fold up.
Okay. You don't curl right when you hit the ball, right? It's when
No, I mean, it's just a phenomenon. I want you to feel that the club does that instead of that. So what we're going to work on is we're going to work on some of your rotation into the ball, and I honestly think that it's going to get some of the chicken wing out. Sure. So like, go ahead and take it back, and on your way down, go ahead and take it all the way back to the top. So start slowly going down. Start slowly doing. Keep going down. Keep going down. Rotate.
What am I rotating right now?
Your hips.
Yep.
Act like you're gonna hit it. I'm just gonna hold it. That's how we want to get into impact.
Okay.
If I'm you, I'm gonna go down, and now all of a sudden I'm staying. Now we're gonna get into that weird V pattern of what we talked about earlier with the wedges, because it's just gonna go here, and I'm gonna go like this, right?
Yeah.
So if we can get, the more we can get from on the way down to stay in front of us, if I had a stick in my end of the club, it's never gonna touch me, and I can just fold it up.
Even on the full swing, I don't want that stick to touch me. Okay, that's good to know.
It's gonna go in. Okay,
You know.
I don't want this to change. Like, I don't want you to feel like you're on top of the ball still.
Yeah.
Like, if I move back, right, I don't want to feel like I'm getting close to the ball.
That's
I want to
kinda what I was
stay where
doing.
I'm at, and I just want to get a little bit of more space. So like,
Okay.
so
From
my
here,
rule,
I want to be just as tall, just extend.
yes. So my rule of thumb, and this is just for me, and everyone's slightly different, is I can get the inside of my hand on my belt buckle, and then I put my thumb there, and I'm in. That's where I'm at. And it's the same every single time. Is like, I can go here with a 7-iron, and I can just be like, all right, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Boom. If we have this ball in,
Yep.
and we take it back, the way you're working right now is to get narrow at the top, and our elbows kick out. So then when we go down and through, like, what am I gonna do? So if I'm like this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang on to it, and I'm gonna be wonky through here. But if we can keep it out and a little bit of weight on our left side, or sorry, on our right side,
Right side for me. I get what you're saying.
and you go through, like if we're wide and we have structure,
Yep.
and when we're going through, like, it's just gonna create, like, you're gonna hit 7-irons. I don't know what loft it is. What you guys, did you bend that one?
Yep. This went to 31, I think.
Okay, you're gonna start nuking it, like probably over 200 yards. Good. I know you chunked it, but
Yeah, you're gonna have that when you're.
for sure.
Anytime you're just doing something completely new.
Yeah, this is a new drill, and this is new land for you. So if I'm gonna hit one, super wide, and
Yeah.
then when I get an impact, super, like, still
You're
away
like,
from me, right?
yeah.
But look at how the structure of I'm almost feeling like I pinched that thing in.
Yeah, that makes
It never
sense.
gets that way. So it's just,
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Nice. Perfect. Make sense?
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Perfect. So the more you can create the little things that are bad, if we can make those little things not so bad,
Yeah.
like, our scores are just going to
That
get
ball's
better
gonna help.
and
That
better
ball's
and
gonna
better.
help a ton, I think.
I think so.
Because that almost seems like it fixes all the issues that.
Yeah, your issues are narrow and leany and gets close to the ball and gets a little just wacky at the bottom. And the more we can get wide and stay wide, then we're going to be awesome.
Do I want to have that feel of
Same.
crunching the forearms with
Yep.
this too?
Same feeling, super wide on the way back, and then space.
Yeah,
So
I would have been like this too with driver.
Yeah, with driver, I think the more space, the better.
Yeah, because this was my first move before.
Yep.
I'd go like that.
And
Now that I'm thinking
I
about
would
it.
like. So go ahead. That's where you feel like you have space, correct?
Yeah, so it's like look close, and then I think what I would do is I would just put it there. So now I'm
Yeah,
just kind
for
of getting
sure.
rid of that.
I would even like to see a little bit more than that, even, which is going to feel really weird.
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking weird.
So if you're on your way down, your elbow is stuck here, while your other elbow is pointing toward the target.
Yeah, like
And
that.
so now we have like this gap, and we don't know what to do with it, and then we have to try to square it up.
And it should be like.
And you square it up with your right hand and flinging it toward the target. So you're kind of like here, and then you're like, oh crap, what do I do? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Whereas if we can get more
Really long.
like, hands out in front of us, elbow out in front of us,
And that just makes my whole swing wider.
and then
I get more. It's just naturally more club speed.
right.
Okay.
So if we can get it into the slot, being here, see how there's no space versus you,
Yeah.
and then we can just fold right up.
Hey guys, if you're looking to get a golf simulator but don't know where to start,
On the
take our
bottom of
golf
the phone.
simulator quiz below in the description.
So if you take it up to the top and then you start to go down, I'm gonna kind of get it. Go
wanna be
go
like
all the way
that?
up, all the way up. Then we start to go down. Look at the ball. Yep, keep going.
Yeah,
keep
I
going.
naturally would do that.
Yeah,
I
see
start
how
to
that
go
right
here,
elbow kind of leans into
And I
it?
want to be.
Yeah, there you go.
And that will cause more of this too, you're saying.
So if I put it there, you're gonna hit it, right? So if you put it inside
Yeah,
your
because
shirt,
I start to go like, I kind of like start to bend this elbow and
then it gets stuck. So we
Yeah.
want to get those hands out. And so what it does is it gets our for you, your left elbow out in front so that we don't run into the problem of being like this or out in front getting extension and rotation.
I want to be, and then I want to keep it, bent.
I love the way you just did that on the way down is like, you did it like this instead of that.
Yeah.
This is old you, right?
Yeah.
And we want to get it to a point where we can get here.
Oh, it feels so weird.
Try this once where you put it inside your shirt, like kind of where
like
on
right
the seam
here?
line.
Kind of there.
Perfect. Yep. Perfect. And you hit one. And you can go full speed, you can go half speed, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Or you can take a couple practice swings. But I just am curious to see how you feel. Nice.
Yeah, because you're right. It goes with that.
Yeah. You could feel it. It wants to kind of get in the way. Awesome. Good.
Is this, so let's say 25, I got to get over this bunker.
Yep.
Like I feel like if I did a normal 60 degree, it's going to kind of,
This is 60, right?
yep, it's
Okay.
going to kind of roll out.
Okay. So go ahead and hit 2 shots.
25, 35.
Will it come?
That's going way too far.
That's all right. Awesome. Like
Adjust to that.
I will literally take an alignment stick and shove it into my 60, and I'll show you. I'll hit my low, and I can go same stance, and I can go back and through, and it's gonna come out low, and it's gonna go. Then I can take the same exact shot, open the face, put it a little bit forward, and the club is gonna stay on the left side of me,
Yep.
and I'm gonna just hit it nice and high, and it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? So you already do a good job of like keeping that shaft lean, even with the faces open. So we're utilizing the bounce.
Yep.
So A+ for that. And we're keeping the shaft leaning, the rotation is perfect. A+ for that. And then we just have to kind of create like a situational awareness of like, okay, when I'm in this is the best. Again, it goes back to the, how many arrows in my quiver. Like,
Yeah.
This is the best for this situation.
Okay.
But I love the way, you have,
So front, if I want to get a little more loft, a little front of the stance.
yeah, like a little bit.
Okay.
I can hit this like this high off the ground, or I can hit it up like,
Right.
I'm gonna be above the screen and it's gonna just be nuclear.
Yeah.
With the same setup of being like,
And
I'm
to
just
get it
gonna
above the
change,
screen, what do I do?
I'm just gonna change like a ball position. I'm gonna change how open it is. And then as long as I'm always having it being like the shaft being in front of me and rotating and never, like if there was an extension on it,
Yeah.
never hitting me.
Never hitting you.
Like it's just going to create a consistent bottom of the club.
Yeah, that's way higher than I can usually get it. And that's long, but that's perfect.
That's okay. For chipping, whether it's short-sighted or not, short-sighted or something like bump and runny like this, like think of there's a triangle in a relationship of like sternum, club face, and hands.
Okay.
And I want to keep that triangle to be the same and in line.
I get
the
what
whole
you're saying.
time.
Yeah, like I gotta.
So like if I had, so if I had like some type of device where it shot a laser beam at the club, like I almost want it to be at the club the whole time, especially when we go through.
Yeah,
Like
I
if
see
the
what you're
more
saying.
the club,
Right, this would be the wrong example. Like my chest is here, I want to be. And that's just for chipping, right? Just for short chips?
yep, yeah.
Okay.
As long, if we can create a nice line, especially through impact, like my sternum being with the club face, like we're gonna be.
Is that the same on those like
living in an
30-yard
awesome
shots
shot.
we were doing, or is it a little?
It gets a little bit more wonky with that, but like if I'm gonna hit the shot, I have to be rotated, and now I have that line
Okay.
still. I would like to see a little bit wider stance with you,
okay,
with
so
driver.
even.
Yeah,
God, I feel so that I feel.
it's gonna feel like you're like this, and it's gonna feel like you're like this.
That's how I feel.
So-
100%. Yeah, I can. I know. God, I do that bend right away with that driver. That felt a little.
So
better.
even if that's feeling like you do, like an exaggerated, like I do this,
yeah,
then that's okay.
Okay.
As long as we can kind of work ourselves into the situation of what we want. So if I took a picture.
Oh, like here?
Yeah. So go back to where you were.
yeah. Usually I'm like this. And
Right.
that's
So
too
if I
far
took
forward.
a picture, like Name me one tour player that has it
yeah.
almost on their right pinky.
You're right. It's like on the outside of my foot.
Yeah, it's out here.
Which it feels like it's here.
Right. And so like I'd like to see it like if we.
But that might be why I'm having the.
Yeah. So like most tour guys and great ball strikers with driver is like on their heel, so they're gonna supinate.
And that's where I thought I was, but you're saying like I've been on my toe.
Yeah. So I would have a little bit of.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be way easier.
I want this to be at an angle just a little bit this way. Yep. There you go. Like you're snowboarding. It's probably gonna feel really weird, but let's.
No, I felt really good. That was really low, but that felt. Okay, that felt good. I'm hitting down on it, which I think is kind of that might just be coming from moving it so far inside right now. This did not feel, what I was doing did not feel comfortable. This feels really comfortable.
It looks awesome.
Now that I'm farther away.
So if you're staying in your right side and you're rotating good, like it's gonna be a little bit of a flip, but I don't want us to feel like we do this to flip it. Because then we're gonna start losing our rotation and having some issues. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
That felt really good.
Nice. That was awesome.
But see, that launch angle still super low.
Yeah, it's super low, but like it's flying. So like when I'm hitting and I need to square up the face and kind of get some loft on it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like my right arm, or it be your left arm, kind of throws the club, and see how it goes from.
And that's the weird part for me because I throw with my. Because I'm a righty and everything else.
Yeah.
So I naturally throw, like the left doesn't feel like it does anything.
So I'm lefty in everything I do, and I feel like it.
Oh, so you're like me, but you're
I feel like
opposite.
it does this. So if I took it's kind of like this feeling of like if I'm gonna try to hit that tee with the ball and I'm hitting driver, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I mean, it's straight now. 15 swings ago, it was. I think the way everything is like structurally working.
Hey, there we go.
I love it. It's awesome. I think it's just you kind of like taking what you have and just brushing it and making it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Slowly, right?